everyone, it's Gabby here from Musicians Prime. Long time no see. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but if you're watching this in real time, you're aware that the continuous police brutality against Black people has been kind of I don't want to say kind of a thing because it's not kind of a thing. Unfortunately, this is something that's been going on for years and years and years and years since the dawn of the America's existence. It's just more in the mainstream media, I guess you could say, because, you know, police brutality happens all the time, but, you know, sometimes it's just like a quick flash in the pan and, you know, then we all go back to our lives, or we're just kind of numbed out by the fact that it keeps happening and nothing is to be done about it. I'm not here to talk about police brutality specifically, but I know if I'm going to continue uploading my regular content on this channel, I need to address, you know, the Musicians Prime community, my peeps, about what's going on and how we as a collective need to come together to be more inclusive and make sure that everybody in the musical community is welcome. Now, when I say everyone is welcome here, I'm including Black, brown, indigenous, queer, any mixture of those things, and yes, white people too. But, you know, I know that if I'm speaking to a white person and I'm trying to motivate them to do their best, chances are it's gonna be a lot easier in the regards of their skin color because they're not gonna be discriminated against. You know, American society has upheld whiteness as something that is superior and other colored skins are not. And that's not okay. It's never, and on this platform, it is racism, it is not tolerated. I don't accept that shit. If you bring it to my platform, you will be immediately blocked and removed. That's like a zero tolerance. Like any like racist shit that you bring to this platform is not welcome. Point blank period. To be honest, I don't really relate to the white American experience. I have a white dad and I'm a lighter skinned brown person, but just specifically in regards to my own upbringing, I was raised in a Mexican household. And where I live, or where I grew up in Santa Clarita, is a largely white community. I went to a very white high school. Like 90% of the kids were just white. And I don't mean just even like white passing. I mean like white American people. Like they were born and raised here and they don't come from anywhere except maybe some European countries. It's not to say I was void of white culture, but I have had a very different experience than my white friends. I often remember going to friends' houses when we would do like group projects and not understanding why their parents acted a certain way towards them because I had never experienced that myself growing up. You know, I was raised dominantly by Latina women. I mean, obviously I have my dad. My dad was very present in my life, but on my dad's side of the family, I mean, he's half Hispanic, even though he's still white, but we were never very close to that side of the family other than my grandparents and like a select group, but even then they're very far away and my dad was never very close to him. So I largely had a Mexican experience growing up, and I never felt like I could relate to any of my white friends growing up because I just never had the same experiences that they did. I think it's important that me having this platform, I have to, you know, I'm doing everything in my power to make sure every single voice that comes onto here is heard, because if I'm not prioritizing Black, indigenous, people of color, queer people, and any kind of minority group that's discriminated against, I don't deserve to have a platform. If I'm here saying that I'm here to serve my community of musicians, there's so many musicians who fit one or more of those categories that I've described that are discriminated against in America. And the world, frankly. And if I sit here and claim to say that I'm serving the community, but it's only to white and white passing people, I don't deserve to have this platform. I should not be someone who wants to be a leader in the community, because to me, a leader in the community includes everyone. I have to make sure that I say that, and going forward, I'm gonna do everything in my power to act, to commit to making sure I'm serving the entire community of people and not just white people. As a musician and a business owner, it's my business to communicate and understand people. And as part of this platform, I'm going to go into those respective groups and see what their needs are, to see how I can serve them. Because, like I said, this is a community for all, and I need to learn and understand how I can serve everyone. As a leader in the musical community, I also think it's important for me to speak to you all about this, because Black, Indigenous, people of color, and queer people are tired of telling white people this over and over again, tired of trying to feel like they have to fight for their lives or fight to be important, only to just not be heard or have their words fall on deaf ears. So it's important for me to speak to my white community, especially, that we need to do more of our part to make sure that we're looking out for our BIPOC and queer community. The only way that we're going to ever heal from this as like a human community, as a world community, is if we all do our part to help the ones around us that are suffering. That's why Black Lives Matter is such an important thing to say, even though maybe you feel like, oh, it's like propaganda, or like everyone's saying it, like it's overused. Like, no, like the reason why we say Black Lives Matter is because right now, at least in America, Black lives don't matter, and we need to care about them and make sure that, we live in a society that treats Black people as equally as important as white people. And the same goes for the musical community. We need to make sure that we're collectively, doing our part to empower Black, Indigenous, people of color, and queer people in the musical community. Because if we're not, then we're not serving that community. We're only serving the white part, and there's more to this musical community than just white people. So yeah, we all need to do our part. Just because I'm the one speaking to you from the camera doesn't mean I should be the only one. You watching out there, you need to call out and call in people when you see bullshit happening that pushes other people and excludes minorities and the marginalized communities around us. If you have privilege, you have a responsibility to stand up for people who don't. So that's my 2 cents on that. And yeah, I'm gonna release a new video, back to our normal music video content schedule, videos every Friday, but I just wanted to make this quick little video first so you all hear from me and hear where I stand. And for me, it's really important to have this video on my platform, because making sure everyone is included, making sure everyone has proper equity in, being served in this community, that's really important to me. And so I could not go on making my normal video content and not acknowledge that at some point. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video on Friday. Talk to you soon. Bye.